циферкам. Вот циферка 1 до циферки 2 идем. От циферки 2 до циферки 3. Делай линию. Поняла?
Что?
От циферки 1 делаем циферку 2. Давай. Линию. Угу.
Таких еще не было.
Да, это сложное задание. Соединяй циферки. От циферки 1 до циферки 2.
Ой, тут много.
Нет, а ну-ка назад, назад. Лорочка, не листай. Найди циферку 1. И от циферки 1 до циферки 2 сделай линию. Лорочка.
Сейчас сделаю.
Добрый ранок. Так. Ну да, мы же зустрілись. Чи буде пара? Страшно. Давай, Лорочка, положи. От циферки 1 до циферки 2 надо проводить.
Да, я знаю.
Да, от точечки до точечки старайся, да. Теперь от 2 до 3.
Да. Потом 3 до 4.
Да, абсолютно верно.
А цифра 6?
Да, от 6 до 7, да?
Нет, 6 я не
От
нахожу.
5 до 6, да, от 6 до 7.
Цифру 6 я не нахожу.
Не находишь? Надо внимательно.
Я внимательно. От 4 до 5. А где 6? А, есть.
Нашла, да?
Да.
Угу.
answer was, are we machines? Are people just machines or not? I mean, from the physicalist point of view, we would just be machines. From a spiritual point of view, we wouldn't be machines. I mean, it wasn't precise enough to say what we would be. And so I decided to ask the question scientifically, are we just machines? And the best way I thought to do that would be to study artificial intelligence. And so I went to MIT and was in the artificial intelligence lab studying artificial intelligence, and also in the now the brain and cognitive science department studying the human side of things, because I wanted to do both. I wanted to see what can machines do, and what's special, if anything, about humans and human neuroscience. To answer that very question, are the spiritual traditions right? Are we more than just machines? Or is the physicalist scientific point of view right? And we are just machines, and consciousness is just an artifact of brain activity.
The scientific materialist paradigm that has been predominant in the last century denies the existence of anything beyond the physical. Anything that cannot be verified by the scientific method. Science is at an impasse. It cannot move beyond the paradox that is fundamental to quantum physics, which brought it face to face with the observer, with consciousness itself. Likewise, religions are for the most part functioning only on the level of belief. They've lost their original purpose, which was to lead to direct experience of the truth of who and what we are. The split between science and spirituality has rendered both impoverished. Religions and spiritual systems desperately need rigorous methods, which can be shown to create conditions for awakening to happen. And science desperately needs an openness to the possibility of something beyond the physical. It is not about giving up religion or science, but about going deeper, being willing to change ourselves so that we become a better tool for investigation. We are the ones doing the experiment and the experiment itself.
Religion has been the language and the container of these traditions of meditation, spirituality, that have been written down and passed on through the generations. Now, certainly there is some language that is very literal, which divides religions and divides cultures when things are taken literally. But if you feel the spirit of religion, you can follow the thread back to authentic awakening. Anyone has the potential, whether they have belief or no belief, because awakening is inherent within our human consciousness just by our human birth. So whatever you call it and whatever language is used, there's certain principles that seem to be the same throughout these different religions and spiritualities and meditation traditions.
When I was younger, this understanding was mainly available in the Eastern spiritual traditions. It was available in the Western traditions, but it was so disguised and codified in those traditions as to be almost inaccessible. So many people of my generation went physically, or at least intellectually, to the East to find this understanding. And Eastern culture, by comparison with Western culture, is exotic. And so this understanding acquired a flavor of the exotic from the cultures in which it was expressed. And many people, myself included, thought as a result of this that there was something exotic about the non-dual understanding, that it required some extraordinary way of life to give up a family life
Ну, ліки ж призначаємо не ми, так же ж?
subscribe to some kind of teacher or tradition, or engage in strange practices, all these kind of things which had nothing to do with the core understanding, and they were to do with the culture
Вадим Олексійович, дуже нам потрібно, знаєте чому? Я вам скажу. Тому що ми все одно такі люди, які можуть з цікавості надати ліки і потім мати дуже проблемні наслідки. Тому ми маємо знати, ми наслідки можемо мати. Наприклад, ми можемо надати при шизофренії, не знаючи про це, людини ліки від стресу, і у неї почнеться навпаки ще більше загострення шизофренії. Тобто, антидепресанти – це відома тема. Я проходжу окремі курси і знаю, що деякі антидепресанти можуть повлияти на шизофренію ще гірше. І це окремий курс, це не тут, у відомого психіатра Кузнєцова Ігоря Валерійовича. І він це розповідав про це. І якщо ми, психологи, не будемо про це знати, про такі речі, то ми можемо зробити неприємні речі. Ми ж можемо дати ті ліки, які без рецепторно продаються, бо тому допомогло і іншому дамо. Ми ж можемо. Так, ми не маємо права на це, але ми маємо знати, чому не можна. Лорочка, мы спим?
Нет, немножко.
Как много ты сделал. Ну, молодец. Ну-ка, давай опять. Ты умничка. Ты молодец. Так.
Больше
Ну, ты
нет.
смотри, раньше ж ты не могла этого делать. Видишь, сейчас можешь. Теперь надо вот эти штрихи.
Ввести,
Надо...
да.
Штрихи надо тоже докрасить.
Мгм.